Hello. So last time we looked at how to do some data calculations on Desmos. Today I want to show you how to do some of those same calculations on Delta Math because that's where your assignment will be today. And it has a really nice built-in computer that will allow you to find statistics very easily. So I have a question pulled up here on my screen, and we are looking for the population standard deviation of this set of data. If you remember, standard deviation is a look at how far I can go from the mean plus or minus that standard deviation and get a lot of the people within one standard deviation, most of the people within two standard deviations, and darn near everybody within three. So the one standard deviation range usually captures about 68% of the people. Two standard deviations, if you go plus or minus that twice, you capture about 95% of the people. And if you go three times, you capture about 99.5% of the people. So darn near everybody. So anyway, let's look at this data set. We have 124, 114, 100, 62, 75, 112, 76. That's our data set. And we have a button right here that allows us to copy those values for the calculator. So I'm just going to click that button once so they're copied. And then I'm going to open the statistics calculator that is built into Desmos. So it opens another tab here for me. And then there's a little button that says paste values. I'm going to go ahead and paste those values in. So I have a list of numbers here. My data is right here, same numbers that we had in the problem. Now over for this main menu, I'm going to go to the calculate menu because I've now put in my list and now I want to do some calculations with it. And the calculations that we are going to be doing are all under one variable statistics. So I'm going to choose that in my drop-down menu and hit calculate. Now what we see here is a whole lot of information, but it has weird symbols with it. So I'm going to go through what these mean, but I also put a cheat sheet for you on Canvas, so you'll be able to see what all these mean. X bar, make sure I say it right, X bar is the sample mean or average. So the sample mean for this sample is 94.7. That's our average for the sample. The summation symbol that you see right here, we saw that when we were doing series. Remember how that meant to add them all up? Well, if you add up all these values, you get 663. This is another summation. We don't need that, so don't worry about it. SX, that means the sample standard deviation. So SX, that 23.68, that is our sample standard deviation. Now this next symbol is the Greek lowercase letter for sigma. So we saw sigma up here, capital sigma. This is lowercase sigma. And what it means is we are looking at the standard deviation, but this time it's for the entire population, not just our sample. So the population standard deviation is 21.92 approximately. N is the number of values in this set, and we had 7 values in our set, in our list. Min X, that stands for the minimum value, so the lowest number is a 62. The median, I'm going to skip this for a second, the median is 100, and the maximum is 124. And then Q1 and Q3 give us the quartile mark. So if we were going to make a box and whisker plot, it's where the box would begin and end. And so those are 75 and 114 in this case. That would tell you that a quarter of the data is below 75. That would be the whisker over on the one side. And then a quarter of the data is above 114. That would be the whisker on the other side of your box and whisker plot. And then max X stands for the maximum value. So those are some calculations that you are going to do. So let me go back over to my question. It's on this other tab. We were looking for the population standard deviation to the nearest hundredth. So that would be 21.93 is what I would round that to. So let's see if I get it right. I hope I do. Oh, I have a screen popping up. Okay. What did we say? 21.93. And I'm going to submit my answer here. Yes, I want to submit it. And don't know if I got it right. Submit answer. Oh, great, it froze. Just a minute. And woohoo, I got it right. So that's good. Let's do one more while we're at it. So let me go up here and hit new problem. And we will be looking for the population standard deviation again, only this time it says to the nearest thousandth, so I'll keep that in mind. We'll copy the values for the calculator and then click to open that statistics calculator. And then we'll come up here and paste those values in. Then under the main menu, we're going to go do some calculations. So I'll pull up the calculation menu, and the submenu we want is one variable statistics. Everything you need to know is there. So I will hit calculate. And we were looking for the population standard deviation again. So that's this lowercase sigma with X next to it. So 47.914 is what I need to enter. So let me go back to my Delta Math tab and scroll down. Oh, I forget it. 47.914, 47.914, 47.914, and we'll submit our answer. And yes, I want to submit it, and woohoo, we got that one right too. So it sometimes will ask you for the population standard deviation. It might ask you for the sample standard deviation, that would be the S of X. It might ask you for the mean, the average, that's the X with the bar over the top. So it'll vary what it asks you a little bit. I didn't assign you too many questions, so I think you'll be fine. So I think that's everything. So remember that Jesus loves you, and so do I, so do your math.